So, Alice in Wonderland, it's about a girl who travels through Wonderland, of course, meets all these different characters, and gets to experience things that you wouldn't necessarily experience in the real world. And she learns some pretty good life lessons, and it's really fun. Like there's a new character like every scene, so.
I play the Queen of Hearts, and I guess rule over Wonderland, and I, kind of control everyone, but everyone's really scared of me. So it's kind of unrealistic, but it's really fun.
I've never really had a big part in a show, so I was curious and tried it out, stepped out of my comfort zone, and it ended up, being rewarding, pretty rewarding. It's a really fun role to be in. I've got to have experiences that I've never experienced before in the theater department, and I've grown a lot as an actor.
I actually wasn't originally going to audition for the Queen at all. I was only going to audition for the Mad Hatter, and then I had a bunch of people tell me, no, you should audition for the Queen. So I decided to, and then when I got the role and I started rehearsing it and stuff, I actually turned out I really love this a lot. I feel like I connect with her on a weird level, so yeah.
What I like about the role as Alice is it's not necessarily difficult because she is a child. So I get to make a lot of kind of big decisions, and what I do, I have a lot of flexibility when I'm acting. So it's been really fun.
What I love about the Queen is that she's been done many times before, and so she already has this kind of layout about who she is and how she acts and stuff, but I also like to just put my own little stuff in there that I haven't really seen before, and she's just a big, fun, really out there character.
My favorite part is interacting with all the different characters because I am on screen on the stage pretty the whole show. So interacting with all the different characters has been really fun because they're all different, and that's also been kind of challenging, figuring out how their character is, what choices they're gonna make, and just playing off of that.
I really enjoyed just kind of leaning into the sassiness of the Queen, and I yell at everyone all the time, and so I've just kind of enjoyed, I just get to be loud and extra, so.
Like I said, it's a new kind of experience every single scene, and it just takes you on this magical, whimsical journey, and the show dates are Friday, April 25th, Saturday, the 26th, and Sunday, the 27th.
So you can get tickets. They're available to the public on Friday, April 18th. And then you can purchase them in advance through Bound, which is an app that you can download, or you can scan a code from one of our show posters, and those are going to be hung all around town and stuff. And so they're also available in the box office before the curtain. I think people should come to get a ticket because it's a classic story. It's been around for forever. It's been done so many times, but we're looking at it in a way of things that you probably haven't seen in the Disney movie or the Tim Burton version. We're just kind of adding our own little pieces into it.
I think plays specifically give you a lot of creative freedom in what you do in your roles. You're pretty independent in your roles because plays are much smaller and the casts are smaller. And it's just, you get to work together with everybody and still have your own little freedom in your acting, so yeah.
I think the plays are really nice because if you don't like to sing and dance, you still have the opportunity to be on stage, and with plays, since the cast is always so small, usually people have a pretty big role, and if not big, you have at least one scene kind of dedicated to you, especially with Alice in Wonderland. So it's nice to make a really close-knit community.
Well, as the Griffin, I am partnered with the Mock Turtle, who is played by Michaela Prickett. and we do a dance and several songs together, and we're essentially there to distract Alice from her primary goal and just kind of be fun.
As my role as the yellow flower, we are there kind of spying on everything going on in Wonderland, and as Alice is finding her way through trying to find what she's trying to find, we're just there looking at her, and then we start talking to her, and we just distract her throughout what she's doing.
I tried out because, I've tried out for all of the shows, or most of the shows that have been running since I've been in high school. And I like Alice in Wonderland, and it was the play that I voted for. And I thought it would be fun to do.
I have been in theater since I can remember, and I've always loved doing theater through high school. I love the environment that it brings, and it's my senior year, and I wanted to do something with all of my friends for the last time. And Alice in Wonderland is such a great play, and I've seen it done in SET, and I've seen it done through other places, and it's so fun.
I like that I get to have a lot of feathers, because we have to order a lot for the costume. I think there's about 4,000 that we have now, and we might need to order more. Yeah. I guess the most challenging part is probably putting the energy into the dance and songs, because it's pretty silly, but you have to look silly.
I think mine is standing there and sitting very still while you're watching. It's very hard to just stand there and not want to react to anything. I mean, you can react, but it can't be very big. So I find that very challenging.
I really do like the performances, but they're kind of stressful. I like being with my friends. There's just so much stuff to like about it. Because even when it's tech week, which is the most stressful, it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would say the same. I think that the most stressful is probably performing it in front of other people, because if you mess up, nobody's gonna know, but then other people have to cover for you. So I think that's probably the most stressful.
I used to be terrified to talk in front of people, and I was super socially anxious, and I still am a bit, but I'm more willing to, speak in front of people, and a lot of that has come from theater and learning how to perform in front of people without, freaking out too much. So I think that has really helped me with my communicative skills, and I think theater is really helpful for people who are shy.
It's helped me learn who I am as a person, and I'm a very anxious person. I'm very willing to say that. I used to not want to talk. I hate giving presentations, and talking in front of people and practicing talking in front of people while you're at rehearsals and doing stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier to be able to do it in front of a huge crowd. So I feel like it's just made me grow as this person that's willing to do that and willing to go out and talk to people about things that I know and things that I'm willing to do.
Oh, well, you should come see it because it's going to be awesome. We have a great cast. We have a lot of great seniors performing, like us, and we have so many amazing freshmen. It's honestly shocking. And I think it's just going to be, there's a lot of talent there, and I think that should be encouraged. And also it's just going to be a lot of fun. And the show is going to be on Friday, April 25th, and Saturday, April 26th at 7 p.m. And then there's a Sunday afternoon matinee on April 27th at 2.
I think everyone should come see the show because it's fun, it's silly, it's entertaining. There's so many different things that are happening through the show that just don't make sense, that will just rattle your brain. I know they still rattle mine, and we've been through, a month of rehearsals. And I think that the cast is absolutely amazing. We have so many young and talented people that are coming through this program right now that are going to grow so much. And if you come see this play and you keep coming to see these musicals and these plays, you will begin to see that, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And you can, again, come see the shows Friday and Saturday, the 25th and 26th at 7 p.m., and the 27th, Sunday, at 2 p.m. for a matinee.
You can buy tickets on Friday, April 18th, and you can purchase them in advance through Bound, and that's an app that you can download. And you can scan a code from the show posters, which should be hung up around town pretty soon. And tickets will be available at the box office before curtain.
The Mad Hatter is more of an acquaintance of Alice. She meets him along her travels across Wonderland to find the door with the queen in it. And yeah, I mean, she pretty much meets the Hatter and sits with him for a little while and realizes that he's kind of pointless to talk to. And then he comes up again later, but that's different.
So I basically just go through the script and look at every sound that's going to be used on stage, like a door knock or a baby cry. And then I use that and then talk with my other crews and the director to find out what would be the best way to implement it into the show. And then we kind of add stuff from there to kind of enhance the experience for the viewers. So it kind of all comes together at the very end. It's my third year doing this, because when I first joined, I was doing like basic mic stuff on sound, and then I started sound effects the play of my sophomore year. I just kind of wanted to do stuff in theater, and I didn't want to be part of the cast, so I was like, whatever crew wants to take me, and then sound was that. So.
Yes, I did. I wanted to be the Mad Hatter, and then I don't know. I mean, it's my senior year. This will be my last production with Spencer High School, and I don't know. Obligation, and it's just fun to be a part of something. And you don't really get to do this sort of thing your whole life. So while I still have time, it's really nice to be able to be a part of a stage production. It's a very fun role because I get to I have so much freedom just to be goofy when I want to be and be very serious. Since I'm the Mad Hatter, and you could just say I'm being crazy. So, you know, it's really fun to try and dissect what I mean with a lot of the things that I say, because I say a lot. So, yeah, it's very fun.
I'd say finding the right sound for the right part, because there's some parts where we have to see if it'll work best live, where it's backstage, or if it's going to be recorded and goes through the mics. And with this show, there's a lot of music, so I have to figure out if we're going to do that live with actual instruments, or if I'm just going to find something or record something and then have it go through the system. Probably like finding like the right one and being like, that would definitely fit with the show, and then everybody else being like, that's a really great addition to it. I think if I do a lot of live ones, which I probably will, it'll be nice to kind of have everybody work together to make the scene kind of pop out from the original script and kind of enhance it so that more senses are involved than just like looking at it and, you know.
My favorite part about the process for the whole show. Oh, definitely not memorizing. I don't know. Probably towards the end when everything starts coming together and you get to wear your costume, and I don't know, it's fun to like see the stage kind of come to life with all the different aspects, like including sound. So probably my favorite part of the production is towards the end when all of the behind the scenes stuff comes into play. I don't know. I'm a lot less nervous. I used to be very nervous. And I don't know, you learn that there are some things that you don't need to take seriously, and then there's other things that you should take very seriously. So just, yeah, you know, it's important that you're having fun and that you enjoy what you're doing up there. So I don't know, yeah, sticking with it. Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
I would say when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. And then I kind of didn't know my place until I kind of grew into it and I found what I wanted to do. Because before me, there wasn't really a specific person that did sound effects. So I kind of was like, hey, there's a kind of a role for me. And then I kind of made it into my own. And I think after me, there's going to be a lot more people who are going to do just sound effects. Because most of the time, sound is like somebody kind of puts it together, like the main sound designer, and then somebody else operates it. So there hasn't been like multiple sections to sound until I kind of went into it. So I think that definitely gaining confidence in my skills to do that and finding my own place in the crew.
The tickets are available to the public on Friday, April 18th.
The main show dates that we're going to do is Friday, April 25th, Saturday, April 26th, and Sunday, April 27th. And the Friday and Saturday dates are going to be at 7 p.m. and the Sunday will be at 2 p.m. The house will open an hour before curtain, so that'll be 6 and 1. And yep, you can buy tickets at the office if you want to, and then you can just sit down and enjoy. And I think what makes this show really worth coming to is that it's a big cast, so there's like a lot of different people coming together to go through it. And just reading through the script and watching it, it's a very fun show. And seeing what lights are doing and how I'm going to be doing stuff with them and all of the set crew, it's going to be a really cool experience.
Yeah, it's totally worth coming. I mean, it's just like 2 hours of your life, and you get to see something that's a big part of the community, and you're supporting our schools, and yeah, it's 100% worth coming.
I think it's definitely worth, like if you're ever interested in doing theater, just give it a shot, because most of the time when people first start, they were kind of hesitant about it, and then they kind of grew to love it. So I would say definitely give theater a chance and don't just kind of push it off to say it's like, oh, it's not really my thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those places where you're told to be goofy. So I don't know, it's pretty fun for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely be yourself in a theater department. So
yeah, definitely not a scary environment. So.
All right, so the March Hare is a member of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, and the March Hare is kind of sarcastic. The Mad Hatter and I really don't get along that well. We kind of butt heads a little bit, and it causes some funny, arguments and comedy, which is always fun.
Yeah. The Cheshire Cat, he can be seen as the narrator of the play. He's also there alongside Alice as she goes through Wonderland, just watching her. He's called the Watch Cat. So.
What made me want to try out for Alice in Wonderland is just because I love spending time with my friends that are in the theater department, and it's a great way to get involved. And I think Alice in Wonderland is a show that requires a lot of creativity and kind of gets your mind to like process and do all that fun like creative stuff. And so some of the stuff that Kara and I had talked about for like props and stuff was just like the small things that were going to be around, and I was like, this just seems like an overall fun show to be a part of, and it's my last one, so it's like, why not take the opportunity to do it while I can.
Like Millie, this is my last show at the high school, and I've been in every show since my freshman year, so it kind of would seem silly to not do it, I guess. But Alice in Wonderland, I think there's a sense of kid to it that you don't really get to do too much at the high school, that allows everyone within it to just be fun. And especially as a senior, the ending, no spoilers, but the ending, it's really heartfelt. And I think it resonates with how I've had my journey throughout the high school, and it really just resonates.
I'm not much of a sarcastic person. I'm also not, I really don't argue with people much. And so it's kind of been fun for me to play this role and be like, oh, this is what arguing feels like. But it's been pretty fun. I love it.
One of the things that I've definitely had a challenge with is the fact that I'm not a cat. Although, as much as I love cats, I'm not one of them. So there's that side of finding how to be a cat while still being a human. It's definitely a tricky line to balance, but I think it adds some good, what's the word I'm looking for? It adds another texture to the play rather than if it were all just humans.
It's definitely given me like a sense of like, I think in theater everybody belongs. Like there's a role for everybody, whether it's on stage or off stage, helping on Saturdays with set construction, like small things like that where everybody can belong. I've definitely acquired new skills, like I all of a sudden know how to sew and paint and use a hand drill, because that's just like the stuff that the theater department teaches you, and it's like it builds connections with others too, which is always good.
Yeah. Like Millie said, there's a lot of stuff that you learn. I feel like there's a lot of materialistic things that you learn, like woodcraft and all of that sort of thing. But the theater department is a place that you learn to find your voice and you learn how to use it. which I think more than anything is what's helped me, because I would say coming into my freshman year, I was shy. I was kind of scared to be here, but I've grown through that, and now I can just talk to people, and I've learned that it's something I really enjoy doing, but I don't think I would have ever gotten to the place I am without theater. Not Tech Week.
I would say Tech Week.
Oh.
I don't know. Tech Week is so bittersweet for me. It's like, I love that it's like we get to see the show come together and like all the things, like some of the practices we split it. So it's like, if you're not in this scene, you don't have to be here. And you don't see that when you're obviously not here. And so it's fun watching that. It's also like sad because it's the end of like the practices. And I think practices are always super fun. And it's sad because it's coming to an end and you know that it's coming to an end. But I like Tech Week. I don't know.
Yeah. I think my favorite part, this is gonna sound really, really like not right, but when we do our set strike, it kind of defeats the whole purpose because you're taking the show apart, but it's when you get to look back at all the growth you've made and all the things that you guys have done as a group. And I think you have to take the time to focus on what you did and see, oh, we did that. And then know that you'll have this group of people that will never be on the same stage again. They'll never be doing the same show again. It's kind of that you've worked for 3 months with these people, and then now you're all gonna go your separate ways, but that'll always hold you there. And when you do the set strike, it's like you're laying that to rest. And it's just a place that's held very dearly in my heart. They should come because Millie and I are on stage, and you'll see our beautiful faces.
Yes, and it's also a great show to kind of introduce younger kids. The show is a very age-appropriate show for all ages, and it's a great way to show younger kids and who, maybe if you're looking for something to be involved in, what theater is about. Like, I definitely love seeing classmates and friends at the show because it just shows support, and like, it's always kind of fun when you see like my brother plays football, so sometimes some of him and his friends come to the shows, and it's like, oh, okay, I get to go support them during football season, and they come support. That's always fun.
One of the things that I think it makes it really appeasing is the fact that everyone knows Alice in Wonderland, but the ending of it, it's not the storybook ending that everyone knows. And I think that it definitely holds a sentimental place in my heart. And I know Sylvia, she plays Alice, it holds a place in her heart too. But I just think, while there's the aspect of having funny and the quirkiness, there's also that heartfelt message behind it, which I think everyone can learn from.
So show dates are Friday, April 25th, and Saturday, April 26th at 7 p.m. And Sunday afternoon is a matinee performance, and that is April 27th at 2 p.m.
Yes, tickets will be available to the public on Friday, April 18th. You can purchase them in advance through Band, in which you can download the app. Otherwise, you can scan the code that will be on our show posters that will hang up around town. And then tickets will also be available at the box office an hour before curtain is called on the days of the performance.
Yes. And if you like to get fun little drinks, go to Black Earth, get the Queen of Hearts drink.
Yes, it has cream or no cream.
Yes.
Up to you.
Very good, from what I've heard.
Cherry, strawberry, and cupcake, I believe.
Come see the show!
Yeah.